I've been waiting for the day in which water pile can actually be a thing. I'm not sure if we're there yet, but I think we're pretty close. This is because water piles finally gotten out to Maxx. The main engine for this water pile is going to be our Atlantean Mermails. With Dragoons in the hand, we'll summon Abyss Pike and discard it, add the Minstrel. Dragoons will add the Mooling Glacia. We're going to banish Christian just to add another water to our hand, then discard that Christian, remove the Droll and Lockbird, and then we're going to activate our Abyss Rhine to summon Coelacanth from the deck. You can alternatively add Ice Jade Ron to the hand instead, just in case we get nibbed. And now we're going to go into Bahamut Shark, detach Dragoon, special summon the Virtue Dragon, and add Virtue Stream. And I was comfortable with putting Coelacanth on the field instead of adding Ice Jade Ron to the hand because I have the Triana spell. So that means if I do get nibbed, I can special summon something from the graveyard. So now we're going to discard that Dragoon, add a Kyra Ryuge Emva, and we get nibbed. There goes our Mooling Glacia. We're going to banish Christian Smiger, add a Christian spell. Use that Christian spell to add another water to our hand. We're going to discard a water, special summon Pasidra Abyss, bounce that nib, activate Abyssing Triana to special summon a level 7, and go into Abysstrite. Abysstrite will special summon Coelacanth from the graveyard, and then we're going to go into Pasidra Exi. Activating the Coelacanth, and it gets negated. We're going to go into Mermail King, summon 3 more waters from the graveyard, and the opponent activates full Wallows. Don't threaten me with a good time. Minstrel will mill 3, add one of our waters back to the top of the deck, and we're going to add Triana back to the hand. Special summon our White Aura Monoceros. Monoceros will special summon Coelacanth, and we can shuffle our fish in the graveyard back into the deck. And with only a few cards left in their deck, the opponent is going to scoop. This time we opened with our secret weapon, Emva. We're going to normal summon the Prince. They activate that Maxx. We're going to dump Shadow, add Dragoons, special summon Pike, discard that Dragoons, add any level 3 water, and then we're going to add Minstrel, special summon our Coelacanth from the deck with Abyss Rhine, summon Dragoons from the graveyard, go into Bahamut Shark, discard that Dragoons, summon the Virtue Dragon, add the Virtue Stream, Dragoons, add Mooling Glacia. The Virtue will detach Pike, add Dragoons, and then Coelacanth will discard that Dragoon, summon 3 fish from the deck. We're going to go into Dweller, make space for Mooling Glacia, and then into Coral Anemone, and then Changing. Anemone will special summon Shadow, discard a card, go into Abysstrite. Abysstrite will special summon Dragoons, and then go into Procedure Exi. Minstrel will discard a card, look into their hand. We're going to remove the Ash Blossom, then discard the Emva to search the Seaspire spell. Emva can special summon itself from the graveyard if you sent more than 2 cards from your hand to the graveyard that turn. Emva can then banish the entire opponent's hand, and then they draw the same number of cards, very similar to card destruction. Because it can be negated by Ash, you do want to make sure that you do it at the right moment, after you've used the Minstrel to rip the Ash, or after they've already used up their Ash. Now we're going to keep comboing so we can get their deck size to 0. Grievies will special summon the Coelacanth, and then we're going to go into Monoceros, and they're going to scoop. Next match, we're going second, and we got the Maxx. The opponent will then special summon, will activate that Maxx, and they do have Droll and Lockbird. Ash and Droll and Lockbird are going to be our biggest threats to decking the opponent out, but we did draw into card destruction, so we're not going to have to dig too deep into the opponent's deck if we can use both card destruction and the Ryuge Emva. So we're going to go for Small World, add Droll and Lockbird, and then we're going to special summon Artaeus. They're going to hit us with the Maxx. We're going to chain block the Dragoons. Dragoons will search Prince, normal summon that Prince, dump Shadow, add Dragoons, special summon our Pike, discard that Dragoons, and they used up their Ash Blossom. So now we're going to add Minstrel, summon Pasidra, but we're not going to bounce the opponent's card because we don't want them to imperm us. Dragoons will add our Emva, the Virtue will add the Dragoons, then we'll go into Coral Anemone, summon our Shadow, discard the Dragoon, search the deck for Ocean Lord. We're going to pitch that Ocean Lord with Minstrel, and then we're going to activate the Yuumi Field spell, special summon our Kairishin from the graveyard with Abyss Trite. With Kairishin on the field, they're not going to be able to use Nibiru. And now we can go for Emva. We'll add the Triana spell, activate the Sea Spire, special summon Emva, activate Emva, banish their hand, they draw the same number of cards, then activate Card Destruction. A searchable card destruction is a pretty cool tool to add to our water deck toolbox. There's just one problem with this card. Unlike card destruction, which can deck out the opponent if they have more cards in their hand than in the deck, Ryuge Emva cannot activate if your opponent's hand is bigger than their deck. The difference between these two cards is that Emva has an "and if you do" clause. The "and if you do" clause checks whether the action was successful and whether the follow-up is legal. In this case, it checks to see if the opponent can draw the same number of cards that they have in their hand. If they can't, then you cannot activate Emva. It's a reasonable trade-off for an otherwise searchable card destruction, so count your cards.